What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. I've kind of been in a creative rut over the past couple of weeks, and so I asked on my Twitter what you guys maybe wanted to see incorporating a bunch of makeup that I have either received or purchased, and so I decided to combine it all into kind of a chatty get ready with me style video, but also it's basically a full face of first impressions because I think everything I laid out is new. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump into a full face of new makeup. Just a little warning, it is quickly approaching 90 degrees in this room, and so I might have to turn my air on, which could be annoying, but I'm sorry. It's necessary. So as you can see behind me, I have the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill brush set. This is the PR package that was sent to me. I am going to be using nothing but those brushes, and then hopefully I will be able to give you guys my thoughts on the set as a whole once we're finished, but I am going to reach into that set and use no other brushes in my collection today if I can. So I'm gonna start off with a new primer. So this is new to me. This is from the brand VDL. It's called the Lumalayer Primer Fresh. It is a Korean skincare brand, I believe, and they reached out to me and told me that this was like the best primer ever. So I don't really know what to expect with this. I'm imagining it's a luminous, like dewy type of primer, so I'm just going to rub this into my skin like a lotion. Can you guys see on my hand? It does have some luminosity to it. Almost looks like a very faint liquid highlight. So I'm gonna rub this in. I am looking at myself in the monitor and I don't know if I'm gonna have a good time matching my foundation today to my body because I do have a little slight leftover self-tan. This is definitely giving my skin a glow for sure. So I was also sent this big old bag of makeup from Too Faced. This is the entire Tutti Frutti collection. So a lot of the products I'm gonna try today are out of this collection, including the foundation. So this is the foundation. It's called the Do You Full Coverage Fresh Glow Foundation. Hopefully it gives me a nice glow on top of this primer. I went ahead and grabbed the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH03, which looks like a flat top kabuki brush. Here's what it looks like. This is what I'm going to apply my foundation with today. So I grabbed the shade Light Beige for the foundation. We're gonna see. It doesn't look super light to me. That was a lot. I probably didn't need that much. Alright, so I'm gonna start to work this in. I think that matches my body, right? Now, I'm not sure, but this brush might not be dense enough for my liking for foundation. I kind of like my kabukis to be a little bit more heavily packed, the bristles, and it does smell fruity, you guys, which is so weird. I don't know if this blended out fantastic with this brush. I don't know if it's the foundation's fault. I guess it's okay. So I think I like this. I think it definitely gave me some luminous dew to my skin. I'm not sure how I feel about this brush. It just might be a little bit too flimsy for my liking for foundation, but it's not horrible. It's definitely not horrible, but it wouldn't be my number one go-to, I don't think. So for concealer, I have used this a couple times. This is the new concealer from First Aid Beauty. It's the Bendy Avocado Concealer. I'm going in with the shade 2. I love this concealer so far, you guys, but the shade range is atrocious. I think it only has 7 shades. And this is kind of just gonna make up for the foundation where I didn't really place it underneath my eyes. I don't usually go directly under my eyes with my foundation, so this is going to make up for that by covering my freckles. I'm applying kind of a lot because I almost feel like Light Beige might have been a little too dark for me with the foundation, so I like to even out my skin tone a little by applying this everywhere. So I'm grabbing the JH08 for this. It's like a smaller version of the last brush that I used. It's probably gonna take me a year to blend it with this brush, but I want to utilize all of the brushes in the set. Well, I probably won't use them all, but I want to use as many as I can. So this has the same exact feeling as the bigger brush. It's a little bit more flimsy, but I actually like that underneath my eyes. It's a bit more gentle than a heavily dense packed brush, you know? I could see this being a go-to brush because I don't really have anything like this in my collection right now. And the brushes I have been using under my eyes, maybe they're a little too harsh. Going in with a newer powder, this is the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder Glow. I did a whole review on this, but I don't really have a new powder to share with you guys in this video. And I'm going to use the JH06. This looks like kind of like a duster brush. It's the only one in the collection that I could see being used underneath the eyes for powder. So I'm just going to open my eyes wide and tap underneath the eyes. I don't love the way this brush feels. Now, I love Morphe. I love their brushes. This one feels a little pokey. Okay, so because I'm gonna go in with some more powder products on my face, I want to set my entire face. And again, I don't have something that's new for this. So I'm gonna go in with my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Micro Powder. This is in the shade Fair. And I'm going to use the powder brush from Jaclyn. This is the JH01. I'm very excited for this brush because I don't have a powder brush in my collection that's quite this big. And I do have a bigger face, so I like my big brushes. So I don't want to disturb the makeup, so I'm just gonna lightly tap this powder in. So for my contour, for my sculpting, I have this new palette from Sigma. This is the Sigma Sculpt Highlight and Contour Palette. So this is brand new. I don't think it's out yet, but I'm going to take the shade Faking It, which is a very cool toned bronzer or contour shade. And I'm gonna take the JH04. This is an angled brush. It is made for contour, I believe. And I'm going to pick up this shade very lightly, tap it off, because I don't want a harsh contour today, just like a little bit. I kind of suck in my cheeks and make an awkward face and contour. I follow my sideburn down the cheek since I don't really have like a sculpted face on my own. I have rounder cheeks. So far so good. This is very subtle, but that's what I want. I believe you could definitely build it up, and there are darker shades in the palette as well. I'm using the lightest contour shade. And I don't contour my nose. What I've been doing lately with the leftover from any contour is just kind of hitting the bridge. It adds a little bit of dimension and shadow. It's almost like a half-ass contour. Now I might as well test out this guy. This is the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH02. This one I think is made for bronzer. I am going to dip into the warmer shade in this palette. So we just went in with this one. I'm gonna go into the warmer one. This is Throw-In Shade. Picked up kind of a lot. I'm gonna tap it off. And I'm gonna add some warmth to kind of the blush area. I like that. My face really needs all the dimension it can get. There's also highlighters in this palette, but I have a highlighter I really want to share with you, so we'll hit that another day. I do have a blush I want to share with you guys. This is a Tarte blush. This is the shade Aciote. Here it is. Here is the color. I'm gonna go in with this rounder brush. This is the JH05. I'm kind of starting to see that the ones with brown hair are a bit more pokey, a little less soft. I'm gonna pick up some of this blush. So I like to kind of grin and apply it right to the apple. So I think I'm gonna come back and do highlight after I do my eyes. So I want to move on to my eyes. I have a few exciting products out of the Tutti Frutti collection that I wanna try. This is the Too Faced Sparkling Pineapple Eyeshadow Palette. So the packaging is unreal. It's so pretty. And here you can see the super gorgeous shades out of this palette. I'm gonna first take this white matte shade with the JH36. It's just a blending brush. And I'm going to put this all over the lid, up into the brow, everywhere as a nice little base. Then I'm going to take this shimmering shade underneath it, and I'm taking the JH61. I'm going to put this underneath my brow bone as a highlight. I am gonna go in and do my brows after the eye look, but I'm gonna go ahead and lay this down now. I'm gonna hit my inner corner with that shade as taking another brush, the JH35, I'm gonna go into that matte brown shade. By the way, it does have a scent to it. I can't really tell you if it's pineapple scented or just like a fruity scent, but I can definitely smell the eyeshadow, which I like. So I'm just lightly tapping, using this brush as if I've used it a million times in my life because it is a white-haired blender. I'm a massive fan of white-haired blending brushes, and I actually started with the Morphe M433, which I think this is very similar, if not identical to. So I am gonna go back into this palette, but I do wanna do the liquid shadow first. So the liquid shadow from the collection is called Twinkle Twinkle Liquid Glitter Eyeshadow, and the one I'm going to use is very unique. It's called Macchiato Madness. So here is what Macchiato Madness looks like. As you can see, it's a brown, but it has a bunch of multicolored glitters in it, and I'm really excited to see what it looks like on the lid. Ooh, so this Macchiato one has a nice base to it. I don't know if I should like blend it when it's wet or wait for it to dry. So I don't know why, I just felt really inclined to try this Macchiato shade. When you blend when it's still wet, you can manipulate it. As long as you use a white-haired blending brush, I really don't think if you blended it with like a synthetic, I don't think it would work. Now that they are semi-blended, I wanna let them dry. Hopefully they don't crease. I'm gonna go in with some powder shadows to kind of fix it up and blend it a little bit further. While the lids are drying, I'm gonna take this small brush. This is the JH42, and I'm going to smudge some of that brown shade, the lighter brown that we used in the crease, onto my lower lash line. Kind of connecting the look. I must say, I am just not a fan of the brown hairs that they're using. I'm not used to that. I don't have any of those from Morphe. I have white hairs and black hairs, not this like brown. So that just might be a personal preference. It just might not work for me. I really like soft brushes. Going in with another white-haired blender out of the collection, this is the JH33. So this might be the same as the M433. And the other one was another random white blending. So I'm gonna go into the brown again and just kind of wiggle around in the crease a bit. Make sure that everything is blending. And I'm also going to take the side of this brush with the eyeshadow on it and just make sure that underneath my eyes is smoked out. I don't want it to be super harsh. So for my brows, I have this new pencil from Morphe, and it's just a dual-ended brow pencil. Let's see what it's called. It is the Micro Brow Pencil in the shade Mocha. So it has a spoolie on one end, which I need, and a really, really tiny twist up pencil on the other end. I'm just gonna brush through these hairs, make sure there's no foundation, concealer, other product in them. I like how precise this pencil is. It's also not too pigmented. You know how sometimes you get a brow pencil that's so pigmented you need to wipe off your entire brow and start again unless you want to walk out with way too fake looking brows, which everybody thinks my brows are fake anyways. And then I have the Morphe Brow Setting Gel in the shade Translucent. Let's pray to the makeup gods that this does not flake, because I'm going to work with this makeup on and I don't want to look like I have brow dandruff. So since this video is going to be forever long, I'm going to share with you my mascara and lash combo, but I'm going to go ahead and do it off camera. I'm going to use this new mascara from Winky Luxe. This is the So Extra mascara. I used it yesterday for the first time. I really do like it, but when you're wearing lashes, mascara doesn't really matter. So I'm going to go in with a new style to me from Coco Lashes. This is the style Chloe. I'm gonna pop both of these on and I will be right back. I had to cover my lash band with a little bit of eyeliner, and I think I might need to touch it up a little bit, but it's okay for now. I'm going to move on to the rest of my makeup. I want to highlight and then I will move on to lipstick. So I have this brand new highlighter from a brand I've never heard of. I found it, I believe it was sent to me from a PR firm, so I feel like I found a hidden gem. I'm gonna try it for the second time right now, but this is from the brand Senna, and it is a baked highlighter in the shade Golden Hour. So here it is. It is 2 different shades, I think, and I like to mix them both. That's what I did yesterday when I tried this, and it blew me away. So I'm gonna take the JH09. It is a white-haired highlighter brush, and I'm going to dip into the baked highlighter, and I'm going to apply it to my cheekbone area. Ooh. Okay, so yeah, second time using this. I love it even more. I feel like I need this brand in my life. I need to find other shades. I am so glad that whoever sent it to me sent it to me. Wow, it gives my skin a wet look. That is a crazy amount of highlight. I'm going to take a little bit of the lighter side and do the tip of my nose and down the bridge. And then what I like to do is take the side of the highlighter brush and just blend it out a little bit so it's not like I put a dot of like eyeshadow on my nose. So yeah, hidden gem right here. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. I have not heard of it. If you have, please let me know what else I should grab from them down below. But I highly recommend this Divine Shine Baked Glossy Highlighter and Glow Golden Hour 03. So for lipstick, I'm gonna line my lips first with this Maybelline lip liner in the shade Nude Whisper. It's one of my go-tos. And what I'm gonna do is erase my Cupid's bow. And then my lips are uneven, so I kind of have to even them out with liner. Alright, so for lipstick, I'm not in the mood for like a liquid lip today. I want something more comfortable, so I'm going to go in with a new lipstick from Covergirl. Again, it's new to me. I think it's new, otherwise I don't know why they would have sent it to me. But it's in a Demi matte finish. It's in the shade called Streaker. So I like that. It's really comfortable. It actually smells really good. I don't remember CoverGirl lipstick smelling like this. It smells really good. Maybe it's just nostalgic. But looking at myself in the mirror, I think that is it for this video. I really enjoyed, I think, all of the products. The foundation looks really good. It's really comfortable. I don't have any issues with it. I really like the contour. I like the blush. I love the highlight. I might have put a little too much on. The eyeshadow palette was great. The liquid eyeshadow, it is a little sticky, but once it fully dries down, it looks beautiful. I particularly like this shade. What else is new? The eyebrow pencil was fine. My eyebrows are a little crunchy, so I'm not sure if that gel would be my favorite. So overall, I think I got lucky this time with my first impressions. I had a really great experience. Everything blended beautifully and goes well together, so I am happy. But I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna turn my air conditioner on and cool off. So hopefully I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye.